He's our current resident artist. This is Sagar. He's a very big blogger in architecture
Cool.
and fan of his work.
Oh, wonderful.
So just thought if you could talk a little bit about your experience with glass here in India,
Absolutely.
and maybe we run some small workshops of flower and paperweight with them.
That sounds great.
With both
happy
of them.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel f.y.i.arch. Do you want to know how glass is made? In this two-part series, I'll let you know all the things about glass and glass blowing. In my recent trip to Mumbai, architect Arjun Rathi invited us to his glass studio, the Rural Modern Glass Studio. We also shot a podcast video with him a couple of years ago. The link is there, and now we are here at his studio. Part 1 is all about meeting him, knowing about the glass, the heating process and the round of his studio. And part 2 will excite you guys more because we have hands-on experience on handling the molten glass, making something beautiful out of it and blowing some flames out of it. Are you excited? Let's go and watch it. We entered his studio and we saw these beautiful flowers made of glass. We also learned the process that you would be going to see in part 2 of the video. Apart from this, we also saw different glass products created by designers by collaborating together.
One cap over here at the bottom, and then that thing over there, the bulb. So this lights up pretty well actually. अभी इसका old नहीं किया polish में. So the green light up will be nice. You know, and the red and all gets a good glow when the bulb comes inside. This looks very cool.
So this is a render.
Render, and now we Rhino, and now we.
Such complicated render itself. What will happen?
So essentially, our furnaces are running at 1150 degrees Celsius. You can see a 1130, 1137. That's the current temperature of the furnace.
Okay.
That's our main melting furnace. It's running 24/7, 365 days a year. We can't shut it down.
Okay.
This is the reheating furnace called the glory hole furnace. This is also at 1100 degrees. Right now it's picking up the temperature.
Okay.
So when it touches 1100, then you can start doing work on it.
Oh my god.
So you can see how the fire is sort of going and it's rotating and it's heating the whole furnace up. We spend 60 to 70% of our time reheating the piece in this furnace. So when you gather the glass is small. You have to slowly expand it, slowly make it bigger. So as you're making the glass bigger, you have to keep on heating the glass, making it bigger, gathering more layers of glass. After that, it goes into the oven. It's called the annealing oven. That's the third step of the process. It takes about 14 to 36 hours for the glass piece based on the thickness, the size, to sort of slowly cool down. Every layer of glass must cool down equally to bring it down to temperature, else the piece will break. So I'll show you one piece which we spent like a lot of time making, and we use pink glass, which is the most expensive glass. Bro, we will restart it.
Oh my god.
I'll show you the glass. That's like molten lava.
So the temperature is 1100 for this one.
1150 degrees.
Oh my god.
And the glass is always melting. In very complex pieces, our glass blowing pipes are of different diameters based on the piece. Okay, so when you're making the big pieces, like there's a pink piece I'll show you there behind, which is broken. We use the heavy pipe. You're holding
so does
it from.
the heat transfers from here to here? Okay.
No, this pipe is made from airplane grade stainless steel.
Okay.
Very good at heat conductivity. No problem with heat transferring. What you guys will use is this, the easier one, to make some simpler works over there. This equipment is something what we just added. This is the best flame working torch in the world. So flame working is a technique. I showed you all those smaller details. Those flowers and all what we can make. We make it with a process called flame working.
Okay.
This basically works with a system where you have a flame that's coming, and you are heating rods of solid glass and making shapes out of it. So then you can do this really fine detail work and fuse it with the big work. This was something to show you all. This was a glass totem that we are working on. So this broke because the annealing was very slow. it needed longer time to anneal. We annealed it for 14 hours.
Okay.
It broke because every layer, the glass was very thick. It did not cool very equally. We should have put it on a 20-hour cycle.
So how's the cooling done?
So the system automatically brings it down once we put in the program. And say we want 20-hour cycle, it will go from 520 degrees
Okay.
to room temperature over 20 hours. Slowly. So every layer is cooled. If the layers are not cooled at equal temperature, glass will break.
Glass will break.
Which is what happened here. So we rather cool it in the right way or do the right system, else you lose the glass, the effort, the time that goes into making a piece like this is a lot.
Is there any set timeline, like you learn it somewhere, or
It's by
you have to try?
experience.
Yeah.
You have to keep on studying,
Yeah,
lot of artist experience, trial and error. Also the glass what we are using, we are importing the glass from Germany, from a company called Kugler. So we can use all these ranges of colors together.
Okay.
So in glass there's something called as compatibility, which is very important. So the clear glass has a coefficient of expansion 96.
Okay.
If the color is also 96, only then you can mix them together. If the coefficient is off by 4 points, the piece will break. Like the red glass will cool faster, the clear glass will cool slower. They'll contract at different rates, piece will break at the molecular level. So like chemistry is extremely important with glass. All of these powders also what you're seeing are crushed glass.
Okay.
You can't mix glass like paint.
Okay.
You have to import the exact shade of glass what you want, and the shades of glass are made by adding minerals in the glass.
Okay.
So the only way you can get a color is by adding the specific mineral compound.
Okay.
To make blue, we add cobalt, so you get blue. Okay. Then to make yellow, you add strontium, you get yellow. The most expensive colors are pink and red. You add 24 karat gold, and then you, with the ratio, you get pink and red. So pink and red glass is 4 times as more expensive as the other colors.
My God.
And beyond that, when a piece breaks, it hurts us more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely gold.
Yeah. And it's not even the money; it's the artist effort.
Yeah,
when you're making it, they feel little bad that 3 hours ka piece has gone to waste. All this color is in different formats. It comes in the form of bars. It comes in the form of gravel called frits and powders. And we can order the grades of frits and powders what we need. These thin sticks what you're seeing, this is a technique called of like pulling cane. It's an Italian technique where we stretch the glass 50 to 100 feet into thin lines. Then we go and cut it in the previous day, and then we roll this cane over into the artworks to create certain patterns and effects. So I'll show you all some pieces.
So as you said that the glass breaks, so cannot it be like put in the furnace back and
The
do
cane
again?
will not break because this is very thin.
Yeah.
So the heat is very even.
But
and
maybe
quick.
for this part, can it be worked on again once it is okay?
It's gone. It's broken.
Okay.
Once the piece breaks,
So
it's
cannot
broken.
be melted and worked on again?
No, but what we can do is, because in our furnace we only have clear glass. So clear glass can be infinitely recycled.
Yes.
Okay, but the colored glass we have to break it, make a brick out of it or some other artwork. We can't mix the colored glass back into that. That's one of the challenges. So here also, like, we've done all of this, like all our broken vases. But here also you can see these bricks are cracking because of compatibility. Okay, they've not shattered, but the cracks are there, right? It's because of compatibility. Okay, and these are all the colors of the broken vases, you know. So many clients come to us that can we make these bricks. I said these are invaluable. You will never get these colors again. Like maybe 2-3 vases must have broken. They must have melted it into a block.
Must be difficult to just replicate the same design.
It can never be recreated. It'll always be
even for you.
Yeah.
Even for you, like with the experience.
These are all free-blown, right? Even if we say we make the jug again, it'll always be little different. That's the beauty of hand-blown glass. And I think now we can apply all these patterns and colors and textures into our lights. We've been doing a lot of workshops with people to engage with them. These are some flowers and all what we'll be trying with you guys today. Yeah.
I hope we will be good.
You all can, it's a lot of fun, and you all can pick your own colors what you all want to work with, and we'll do it. Obviously, my artists were fooling around and they put thorns also on the rose, which actually hurt a lot if you get pricked like a real rose. You have an option to do that. Also, for the first time with Grant, one interesting thing we did, you're seeing all this gold. This is 24 karat gold that's been gilded on the glass.
I think you must be spending a lot of time here.
Half my life.
Yeah.
I love it. It's my break from my own studio. So this is where we do a lot of our mock-ups. Okay, these are some more artworks made by the other artists. That black vase was made by an artist, Gage Stephens, who had come from Hawaii also right now recently. This is some of the art made by Grant Garmezi.
Wow.
Okay, so don't, it's actually priceless work, like all these sculptures and all, right? The elephant
does not
head,
look like a glass, but
these are the elephant tusks they made. They look real, and he's used silver leafing in it. That's one of my favorite pieces. So the Shiva. So the artists, right, from rural modern. The whole idea of rural modern was that we take inspiration from rural India, Indian culture, and make very Indian-inspired objects or artworks, right? So they've taken inspiration from India and produced all this work. So like the vulture, it's a very strong symbol in Parsi culture, right? And like, usually animals like the cobra, snakes and vultures are considered things to be scared of.
Yes.
So what the artists and we wanted to do at the studio was, let's make these things look beautiful. That's like Ganpati or what you're seeing, immensely detailed. The gold leafing on it is still pending. Took 14 hours to make. In glass blowing, you don't work for 14 hours, and to get like an all-star team, like you've got like Sachin Tendulkar and Gavaskar playing together. That level of artists are working, right?
God.
So the whole world of glass blowing is got its eyes on the studio suddenly. That how did you get these two guys together? Yeah, over there. Even that was done by Jeremiah Jacobs. You'll meet him. The four heads. He had gone to Elephanta caves, and he got so inspired. He just started making elephants. The skull is also one of my favorites. Beautiful detailing.
Amazing it is.
Then here, these daggers, glass weapons have been made for the first time. Grant Garmezi is the best dragon sculptor in the world. Okay, best dragon sculptor in the world, Grant Garmezi. So, like, you know how in those museums you have those weapons with the knives and the swords and they have the hilt on it? Hold it here.
Amazing.
So glass weapons have been made for the first time ever, and they tried it for the first time. Yeah.
बहुत बढ़िया.
All of this is 24 karat gold gilding onto it. This is like a jap mala, we have those malas in our culture. You can see the beads going from light orange to dark orange. And these were some of the pieces which were there at the show when we had met earlier. Yeah, this was something but we are still working on. This is, I think, one of India's largest chandeliers, 1300 square feet.
Wow.
With the branches. But just to show how we do our drawings,
And I think it was installed in 3 parts.
It was just installed, at the end it's one. It was always assembled. It took 7 days to assemble it.
Oh my God. After learning about the glass studio, it was time for us to make the glass, and we met our teacher Jeremiah Jacobs.
Okay.
And I was really fond of Arjun Rathi's work.
Okay.
I wanted to. We both are, yeah. So I wanted to visit his studio, how things work. I wanted to learn it and maybe shoot some videos.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.